Crossroads Channel of Light Fluid. Yes, it's more Glory Hounds, but doing something a bit different today. They have a couple of short stories out, and we're going to do one of those. I thought I'd do something a bit different over the holidays. Well, obviously, we're going to do both eventually, but we're going to start with the one today and see where we go. So, just to be different, I'm going to start with issue 2 of the short stories. Let's get into it. It's been a relatively quiet night at the Hahn. Willem's just closed up, so the place is empty. Wasn't even that busy to begin with. That's usually how it goes after a big weekend event. Especially when it's the shot-a-day event. Half off all shots for the night. I'm honestly amazed I was able to meet up with Lou again tonight. I've been nursing a hangover all day on top of training with Milo. We had some important business to discuss though. So many. Yeah, practically a social media platform out there for most every species in the world. And you're active on all of them? Well, not all of them. There's a few that don't really catch my interest. Most of them, though? Absolutely. I'm sure I've got a record somewhere for most active accounts. Cat's got to stay well informed, you know? I keep scrolling, the list seemingly never ending. It's actually very cool to see so many dedicated spaces to socialise and meet like-minded people. However, I should imagine the amount of work getting the Glory Hounds name out there on all of them has given me more of a headache than I already have. Aren't there some more local ones we can focus on? Oh, yeah. Lou rummages around their bag, put out a handwritten list. They slide it across the table. Oh, thank God. This one's far less monolithic in scope. I can already recognise a few of the platforms. Most were developed by the individual districts and communities of Schiffersburg as message boards for their residents. The city itself even has one, Schiffgard. It's kind of the main online social hub for a lot of us. I met more than a few friends and boyfriends through it. It's much more manageable. Should have just started with this one, Lou. I set the list down, taking a few sips of water. It's never too early to plan for your international debut. I almost spit out my drink. International? So you have to be prepared. You get a few more big cases under your belt, you're going to be getting a lot more attention. Let's just focus on the local spaces for now. Maybe like a hotline people can call and a page on Shipyard. Boring. It's probably the most practical. I'll whip something up. Thanks, Lou. I'll see if Milo can give it a look as well. Bet he's got some fancy internet security doohickeys to keep it from being traced back to us. Alright, I thought what we're doing is illegal. Just a little bit. Right, well, I'll draft something up for him to review. They take a sip from the cocktail. Oh, and that's done. Maybe we can finally get you to do some Absolutely not. Oh, come on, Hal. Nope, no way we're doing those. You gotta give the people what they want. Nuh-uh. What are you two arguing about now? Willem's behind the bar top putting the final touches on cleaning up. Nothing. I was too scared to do a dancing mean. I'm a horrible dancer. You barely even tried. Oh, the one that was in the Aussie would be amazing. Love to see that Dawnhound blockbuster move. That's what I'm saying. People would eat it up. I don't worry there, Al. All Charlene can show you some moves. I sigh, down in the rest of my water. I mean, it's not exactly a bad idea. Okay, maybe later we can do something like that. Right now, I just want to keep things low-key. Getting our name out there so we can help more people should be our focus. Well, I think the Hotline Shipyard page is a fantastic idea, Al. It's a good foundation to build on. Although maybe we should expand out to the more species-specific sites too. Lou begins to trail off, listing all the different social sites around the city. Kennel Corner for canines, estuary for the water-dwelling species, the roost for all the avian species, and plenty more. They go on for a few minutes before, tries I might suppress it, a yawn escapes my lips. Wow, rude. Lou laughs it off. Sorry, it's an exhausting day of training. I should get some coffee in me. What you should do is go home and get some rest. Yeah, we can regroup in a few days once I've got the page drafted. What about clean... Go home, Al! Okay, fine. Twist my arm, why don't you? Our combined laughs fill the harm. One last moment of revelry for a new day. It's these moments I cherish the most. They make me glad I found a place to call my own and friends to enjoy it with. Before leaving, I help clean up a little bit, wiping down our table while Lou disposes of our glasses and helps wash them out. They'll be sticking around a bit longer to help Willem clean up fully. I grab my bag and jacket, tossing both on without much care before heading outside. One last round of good nights between us signals the end of a much-needed relaxing evening. No hangover or post-training soreness to worry about. Well, more so the hangover. Kickboxing today really did a number on my, well, everything. It's a cool night out, cool enough that I'd button up my jacket. I glance up, the swirling clouds and overcast sky illuminated by the city lights. I don't think rain was in the forecast. The sky looks about ready to let loose a downpour. I guess I should double time it. With a yawn and a stretch, I walk over to the bike stand where I usually park my bike. I reach out to grasp its handlebars, yawning again. I'm not even really sure I'm awake enough to ride it. Don't exactly want to fall asleep and ride off into a canal tonight. Oh well, I suppose I can walk. I stumble forward, my sneakers skidding against the pavement as I nearly eat sidewalk. I blink once, then twice. Looking over my shoulder where my bike should be, where I've been leaving it for several years, I see that it's gone. Oh, man. I glance around, briefly thinking I might have left it somewhere else. That's an absurd idea, of course. I've never done that. I've always been very deliberate with losing my bikes. Maybe it got moved around by someone? I stalk up and down the block, peering into every nook, cranny, and even some of the plant boxes outside the buildings. No bike to be found, however. Maybe it got blown into the canal? It's pretty windy out, and that's happened before to Lou's bike. I hop across the street, crossing my fingers as I peer over the edge. All I see is my reflection in the clear, very much bikeless water. Damn it. It's just gone. Poof. Was it stolen? No, that'd be ridiculous. Why would someone even steal a bike here? Where everyone and their grandma has one. I guess mine's pretty fancy. Milo spared no expense with the model he got me, so it might have been too good to pass up. Especially because I didn't let it tied up to the lamppost. I never have. Talk about unlucky. I stalk back over the lamppost, looking it up and down. Maybe retracing my steps would help. Let's see. I woke up today. Felt like my head was going to explode thanks to the 5 or 6 hell of a hangover shots I had last night. Had an hour-long shower, got dressed, and almost passed out when I opened the fridge and got a whiff of Max's lasagna from last night. Pretty sure I took my bike from my apartment over to the mansion. I spent the whole day working on strength training and some kickboxing with Milo. Almost got a knockout on Milo, and I had some tea in the garden before coming over here to meet with Lou and Willem. So my bike should be here. I look at the lamppost. Except it isn't. My foot taps against the sidewalk, a paw coming to rest under my chin as I run through it all again. Wake up, hangover, bad lasagna, mansion, training, tea, Han. I couldn't have left my bike anywhere else. I must have gone from my apartment to the mansion and then the Han with it. So, the only logical conclusion is that it was stolen. The most pettiest, pointless of crimes possible. It, of course, had to happen to me on the heel of a pretty alright day. I sigh, looking up at the sky as the distant rumble of thunder perks my attention. Yes, I can add the imminent rainstorm to the list of horribly timed inconveniences. It being brand new and a gift from Milo really stings. God, I'm going to get such an earful from him for not taking care of it. This sucks. I take another glance around and look back up at the sky. Well, no point in moping around about it, I guess. I'll figure out what to do tomorrow. Time to get home before it starts. Something cold and wet lands on my forehead. Oh, great. Now it's raining. It's a gentle pitter-patter at first, but quickly ramps up into a steady downpour. Each drop that falls on the sidewalk, each sheet that cascades down the surrounding buildings seems to wash away the vibrant city colours. Man, this sucks. The city has a way of doing that to you. Yeah! I spin around, kicking at walls. I nearly bump into the lamppost and almost eat sidewalk again. I know I heard Raoul, but squinting my eyes against the muted downpour of rain, I can't see him. And suckles on you like a piece of candy, tossing you around until you're worn down to nothing, and then spits you out without a care in the world. I see it then, a flicker of light. His muzzle illuminates briefly in a flash of light as he leans against a nearby building. His costume is slick with rain, the water sparkling in the light of the lamppost. Raoul, is that you? Everything's so washed out. He steps forward, a wide-brimmed fedora masking much of his face as a pipe flares to life in his mouth. Wait a minute, a pipe? You're smoking? A stream of bubbles erupts from the top of the pipe as the light fades. It helps take the edge off things, Spot. Helps keep me sane when faced with this city's cruel, soul-crushing indifference. What? You should know that better than anyone. The pipe flares to life again, releasing more bubbles. After all, you're the victim of a cruel, indifferent, senseless crime. A crime so perfectly fitting for a city that's lost its way and found itself in the iron grip of cruel, indifferent criminals. What? Oh, my bike. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Milo might blow a gasket when he finds out, but maybe we'll find it before then. Raoul chuckles at that. It's not his usual jovial chuckle either. There's more texture to it, like he gargled a bit of gravel this morning. Always the optimist. What? It's cases like this one where I find myself admiring my young partner's vitality, his youth, his vigour. He's torn asunder by the villainous whims of this cruel city, yet he strives to make things right regardless. There's always hope, after all. The hard part is having the strength to find it, to keep getting up when you get knocked down, to stand proud and say, no more. Raoul takes another puff of his pipe. He walks out of the shadows, rain cascading across his hat's brim as he eyes me up and down with an intense glimmer. Rest assured, Spot. We'll find that bike of yours and exact our own pound of flesh from this city. He pats me on the back and turns to look at the bike rack, monologuing as he does. I sling my bag around to my front, reaching into it and pulling up my communicator like my life depends on it. Raven 3, do you copy? It does count. I take it you have found Dawnhound? Rain. A baptism to some, a life-giver to others. In this city, it's neither. It's an ever-present downpour from the heavens, a weeping lament for how far we've fallen. I take that as yes. Yeah, he just showed up out of the blue with an old fedora and bubble pipe. Has been monologuing about my... Oh, crap. Your what? What was stolen, discount? My bike. Perhaps comlink needs improvement. I did not hear you. I sigh, pinching the bridge of my muzzle. My bike was stolen. The one you got for me. I didn't tie it up and came out of the barn to find it gone. sorry. I veer back, anticipating the dressing down of a lifetime. A note to self. Install tracker in future gifts. You're not mad? No. Oh. I am very mad. Oh. But now is not time for punishment. That will come later. We find your bicycle first. Coincidentally, there have been reports of stolen bicycles around your location. Really? Indeed, several reported over the last few days. There may be a pattern to investigate. Is that what Raoul's out here doing? Yes. Okay, cool. Why is he acting like this? To steal a bike of all things might seem like a minor crime. A simple inconvenience even. But in a city like this one, it's pantomime to cutting off someone's legs. It's a cruel deprivation of one's right to the freedom of movement, and for that I consider it a most despicable act. I fail to see what you're getting at, Discount. The monologuing. What sort of person would have the capacity for such a crime? What cruel, twisted mind would willfully damn someone to abandonment, leaving them helpless against the torrential downpour of an indifferent night? I'd actually be worried if it wasn't so impressive. Ah, yes. Dawnhound spent all day rereading his collection of comic books centered around a hero named the Investigator and his sidekick Alibi. Took him only 12 hours, in fact. A new record. Long multi-panel and sometimes even multi-page monologues are a hallmark of series. It is deeply rooted in old noir styling, while also being quite a mature story. Dawnhound is quite fond of series. It makes him very excitable. I guess that explains some things. Use this as good opportunity to hone investigative skills, Discount. Vocabulary might come out richer as well. Alright, hey, what's that supposed to mean? I should continue investigating why the string of disappearances. Raven 3 out. The comlink chirps and the line goes silent. I'm still for a moment. I've already gotten used to the rain that continues its unrelenting downpour. I glance over to Raoul. He's still monologuing. This isn't exactly how I wanted my night to go. Though I guess once we get the hotline set up, we'll probably get calls to look into stuff exactly like this. Alright, Dawnhound, what's the plan? Finally. I knew my young partner couldn't resist the call to seek out the truth. The shock from the injustice done to him will fuel his drive and ambition. There's no finer kindling to the flames of justice. We've only got one lead right now, and that's your bike being stolen. There might be a larger trend, and there might not. We don't have time to go chasing ghosts in the dark until we get a flashlight. Okay, deciphering these lines might be harder than I thought. So we should treat this like an isolated incident? For now. Crimes like these usually have a way of spiraling out of control like milk spilled on the counter. It's a small puddle at first, but it quickly pools until it's splattering everywhere. We'll cast a wide net, though, and question those closest to you. Wait, what? Why? There's no way any of them stole my bike. The one that drives a knife into your heart is often the one with the tightest hugs. Now come on, Spot. It's time to show this city we won't cower in the face of cruel adversity. For while it might be... This is going to be a long night. The heart actually seemed like one of the few locations the cruel criminal element of the city has yet to get their hooks into. There's a beacon of hope, a shining light to guide those weary souls in from the raging seas of desperation and loss. And yet, here we are in its hallowed halls, investigating a crime most foul. What's that in your mouth? In a flurry of feline fury, the cat I've come to know as Lou rushes my partner. Fearing the worst, I'm about to step in to intercept this cat's ire, but I'm too late. It's just a bubble pipe, I swear. Lou effortlessly swipes my partner's pipe from his lips. Don't even pretend to smoke, mister. You gave that up months ago. Okay, sorry, I just had to complete the look. Why aren't you at home sleeping? Well, We're here to ask you two some questions. A most heinous crime has been perpetrated against my partner here, barely a few steps from this establishment's front door. A glass drops, and the feathered attendant of this bar leaps into action, rushing my partner as well. Wait, are you narrating everything? What happened? You're not hurt, are you, Al? No, I'm fine. My bag got stolen. He divulges the crime with inspiring resolve. Oh my god, you are. Al, why is your boss narrating everything? He read some noir comics earlier. Guess that explains the drab colour palette and the goofy hats. They're not goof. Stolen? Outside of my bar? The mother hen of the Hounds outburst startles us all. I can't help but admire the worry shown, and for a moment it makes me falter in my suspicions. Perhaps Willem couldn't have committed this crime. What's he on about? We're trying to rule out the possibilities on who might have stolen it. As often in these sorts of cases, those closest to the victim committed the crime. Willem releases his hold. In a flash I can see their gazes set upon me. I remain stone-faced, intent on getting to the bottom of this. Wait, you think we did it? Whatever happened to innocence until proven guilty there, big boy? In this city, innocence is a hot commodity. I mean, for its worth, I know you didn't do it. We were together all night. Just like that, my stone-faced composure falters in the light of this crucial piece of information. This may be a case rife with unknowns. It's possible that immediately rushing in, accusations red hot like a branding iron hungering for flesh. You? Might not be the best tactic for this case. A gentler, more cautious approach sometimes nets the best results. I'd say so. And so, with the tip of my hat, I effortlessly switch tactics. Apologies, friends. Dealing with crime like we do, you sometimes jump to conclusions in the effort to protect the good citizens of this city. However, the fact of the matter is, my partner here has been denied his right to freely move about. Stealing one's bicycle in this town is pantomime to cutting off their legs. Quite a cruel act. Don't go that far. It's a bloody shame. Where'd you leave it, Al? Out by the bike rack. Same place as always. Did you lock it up? We all hear my partner's voice hitch in his throat. His inattentiveness about some things is well known, and he knows it. You don't have to call me out, Dawnhound. Al? Okay, maybe I didn't. You never do. Exactly, never really needed to. Who'd steal a bike in Hippersburg? I mean, yeah, but your bike was brand new, wasn't it? Yeah. Top of the line, too. Oh man, it's a gift. Mina's going to be mad. Well, that's a damn shame. Wasn't tucked off in some corner from getting moved. That's happened before. Nope, I checked her all up and down the block. Well, I checked even further. Scoured close to 3 blocks in the immediate vicinity and couldn't find a trace of it. Hence why I suspect someone close to my partner might have made off with it. They'd be intimately familiar with his schedule and know that the bike is poorly taken care of. You guys are mean. Well, we were busy cleaning up for the night. After that I glance around, turning my keen investigative eyes on the establishment. That alibi holds true. There's not a speck of dirt to be seen, each surface shining so brilliantly that I could probably eat off it. A clear indication a lot of care has recently gone into cleaning up a night of revelry. Oh, you're too kind, big boy. I take great pride in keeping my little hen house clean as a whistle. Do you happen to have any security cameras out front? I never needed them. Well, you might want to look into them. We're possibly looking at a serial bike thief based on other reports I've gathered. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Lou's ears perk. In a flash, their phone is in paw. Their fingers are blurred as the sound of frantic typing fills the bar. Sorry, that talk of reports reminded me of something I saw a few days ago. They thrust the phone on my partner and me so fast it takes my eyes a moment to adjust to the screen's contents. Bike theft reported in around the Saltwater District. How'd I miss that?
Good thing you got me around.
Good thing indeed. No detail could escape a feline's keen intuition.
Oh, stop. You don't think these saltwater sinker blokes had anything to do with this, do you?
I don't think it's something we can ignore.
You're only a few blocks away from the district too. But, I don't know, that seems extremely petty for them.
Pettiness and criminality are a match made in heaven, Spot. It's a perfect motivation for some. It can feed into a vicious cycle. After all, they don't call it a petty crime for nothing.
I guess.
My partner seems to contemplate something, is wistful.
Heh.
He's betraying the hint of some innermost thought, some secret desire. Oh! Only known to him.
Wait, huh? No, it's not like that.
And yet the stuttering indifference, the flailing arms and flushed face make it seem like that, whatever that might be.
Anyway, it sounds like we've got a lead. So it's time to make like the investigator and get investigating.
That's not his catchphrase. It's time for the investigator's light to break through the darkness.
Oh, that's much better. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Sorry for the trouble. No trouble, Al. If anything, it's clued me into maybe getting a proper bike stand set up outside. You better get to sleep soon, Al.
My partner offers a confident nod at that, already thrown open the door to step back into the wet embrace of the weeping cityscape. A crime only one step closer to being solved.
Oh, Dawnhound, when you get a chance, I'd like to sit you down to go for a social media campaign for the Glory Hounds. I want to get a hotline set up that folks can call in issues on.
Social media. Another name for a breeding ground of issues that plague the city. You can have its uses, but must the decadent distractions of the modern day be utilised? Must there be a necessity for our moral crusade to find purchase in this crumbling society, when these very instruments could be contributing to the decay leading to our crusade to begin with?
Yeah?
Very well. We'll discuss this soon. For now, though, I must take my leave. There's a crime to solve and a criminal to bring to justice. With the tip of my hat and the affirmative puff of my pipe, I retreat into the stormy night. This late in the evening, the underwater areas of our fair city are awash in dazzling colours. Mesmerising and enticing to all who lay eyes on them, they only serve to conceal the dark, festering underbelly. They're an insidious distraction. One wrong look and you could be swept away by the current of apathy, of acceptance that things are right with the world. It's there that we've got to remind ourselves there's a criminal element waiting in the wings. One slip-up and you could find yourself becoming a victim of a cruel act as well.
Victim feels like a harsh word for what happens. Besides, I still doubt they're responsible for stealing anyone's bike.
A healthy dose of skepticism helps the case go down. A half-hearted shrug.
Hey!
Signals his response as we paddle round a corner, our destination in sight.
It wasn't half...
My partner's ears perk, swiveling like the expert radar dishes they are towards Ahab's lair, a wretched hive of salty, disreputable folk.
You hear that?
Straining my ears against the roiling currents roared by the storm above, I can just barely make out the sound of frantic squawking among the waves. Good ear, Spot. Let's see if we can't add to the commotion some, eh?
Yeah, actually, would it be okay if I take point on this one?
I look back to my partner, contemplating the suggestion. I can only imagine the request has something to do with my prior approach and the effectiveness of the more measured application of our investigative prowess.
Yep. Plus, Mila wanted me to use this to hone my investigative abilities. I think I'll be able to get a good read on the situation and figure out what's going on.
Still, such eagerness in the face of a tremendous injustice.
Go right ahead, Spot.
Ahab, we... My beautiful feathers! Ahab. I look terrible. Years of breeding and careful maintenance ought to be washed out on a whim. What's the point of living if I can't be colourful little birdie?
Is he okay? The tremendous captain of the nefarious saltwater syndicate sighs loudly, the water around him rumbling with discontent as his flustered feathered companion continues to shriek and flutter about.
Oh, moment there, laddies.
With frightening speed, Ahab snatches Polly mid-flight, though I suppose in the water it is more like mid-swim. His ginormous hand locks firmly around Polly's beak. It's an amusing scene, a moment of levity for what's certain to be a tense standoff.
Reel it in there, matey. I'll be a mood-setting filter. Your feathers are all right.
Though caught by the massive hand, Polly's still able to manage a muffled reply.
You sure, Captain?
Aye, of course I am. Ahab motions to my partner and me with a broad, sweeping stroke.
Just listen to overly descriptive monologuing. Take a look at the change in outfits. Maybe on a noir style case, I reckon. Oh! And judging by the hat's pipe and monotone colour scheme, I reckon they'll be approached similar to that found in the investigative comics series. Oh, thank God. My beautiful, beautiful plumage. How I missed you.
You know about it?
Of course I do. I don't really read the comics, though. I reckon since we're arch enemies, do to brush myself up on the intricacies of you hero types. Then there'll be a pretty good story to boot, haha.
Well, it's one of my favourites.
I enjoyed the somewhat shorter length of the series, too. It didn't overstay its welcome. You packed in a lot of story among the arts.
Oh yes, that focus on narrative makes it a thrill to read. It's quite a departure from CH's normal affair, too. Easily one of his most fleshed-out worlds and characters.
Aye, that'd be. Quite a compelling duo of the investigator and alibi are.
And a host of side characters and the gallery of villains they face. Immaculate.
Oh, the scheming those villains got up to really got my own dog in jogging. So you best watch out there, laddies.
Hound.
Captain, don't get going all chatty catfish.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Aye, sorry. Where were we? No! Polly! Sorry.
Ignoring the flighty cries of woe, I tip my hat to the two potential criminals. We've crossed paths before, and come to blows just as much. With my partner's more measured approach, maybe we can avoid any unnecessary violence. And on that note, I turn to my partner, a nod ushering him forward to take charge of the situation.
Right, okay. Ahab. Any Captain Ahab to you, landlubber? Not to worry, we'll all be friends here.
With a swish of his hand, water rolling around it, Polly begrudgingly accepts foregoing formalities.
Friends for now, Ahab. Whether or not we remain so depends on how you answer our questions. Best be watching you, laddie. Like your partner said before, maybe best to avoid any unnecessary violence. Keep that in mind while you go around tossing out accusations. Now.
A previously unseen seat finds itself occupied by the tremendous captain. Polly is quick to find his way to his right-hand side, a wary look spread across his beak.
What can I do for you?
There's been some reports recently of missing items in and around the saltwater district. I myself might be a victim of a theft as well. And naturally, seeing as nothing goes on in this area without you knowing about it, we figured you might know something. Ahab and Polly exchange a look. Try as I might, I can't decipher its meaning.
Good.
I'd wager they know something.
What sort of items?
Bikes. The current still, the waves settle, and at a brief moment I think I can hear the storm above our heads clear as day. All of that is broken by a thunderous chorus of laughter, a record scratch without a record player.
Bikes!
Ahab falls out of his chair, laughing as a veritable tidal wave almost knocks my partner and me over.
Bikes, you gotta be yanking my anchor there, laddie. What sort of second-rate criminals do you take us for, Bikes?
Polly's squawking laugh resumes.
Hey, this isn't a laughing matter.
He's right. I step forward, standing alongside my partner with a paw on his shoulder and eyes locked on the giggling gaggle of suspects. Laugh all you want. Unless you've gone soft and allowed others to mosey in on your territory, someone in your gang is stealing bikes. It's a cruel deprivation of one's rights, and we will bring you to justice if you had any part in it. The mood changes in an instant. Laughter ceases and a dark form rises from where Ahab laid, shadows creeping from all sides on the back of a low, threatening rumble.
I be many things, Hound, but soft be not one of them.
He towers above us, eyes darkened with a fuming rage from the slight. All of a sudden, the paw I've held on my partner's shoulder becomes a lifeline of my own, the faintest twinge of fear begging me to back down. Yet that is not to be, as my partner remains firm, stepping forward to meet the captain head-on.
Are you denying any involvement?
Another tense second goes by. I ready myself, expecting a fight to be on our hands, anticipating an admission to the nefarious crime. We both lock eyes with the captain, his darkened expression betraying nothing.
Ah, that be what I'm doing, laddie.
Until he smiles wide, chuckling all the while.
Take a good look at me. You think there'll be a bike that can handle all of this?
Shit, you're right.
Bikes and me don't exactly be getting along. Ha! Why would I be needing one of those things? Let alone be stealing a bunch of them. I didn't know we had need of them. We got our eyes set on much more grandiose targets, thank you very much. That sort of theft is called petty theft for a reason.
All his arrogance aside.
Hey!
I don't think they had anything to do with it, partner.
It do be ashamed you about your situation, old discount. Reckon you should be taking better care where you leave it.
Well, not you, too. Ahab lumbers back over to his chair, plopping down on him with a content sigh.
Polly is right, though. We don't make a habit of engaging in petty theft. In fact, I strictly forbid it. Purse snatching, pickpocketing, and...
He snickers.
Bike theft attracts too much unwanted attention.
This denial seems firm, as is their reasoning. The only problem is that it leaves our case in danger of running out of steam. Quite the roadblock when your prime suspects turn to be nothing more than innocent bystanders.
I prefer innocent dashing bystander, thank you very much.
Not with this colour palette.
I'll show you a colour palette when I knock you out. Readers in me. These apparent thefts in my district are concerning. Could be some upstart troublemakers looking to make a name for themselves.
Troublemakers? I can practically feel the theory. The brilliant idea jumps into my partner's head as he lurches forward, finger outstretched in accusation.
Speaking of troublemakers, where's your other minion, Ahab? Ishmael? Why does that matter? He wouldn't have any cause to be stealing bikes. He has gone against your modus operandi before.
Attaboy, he's found a thread to yank on, wherever it may lead. Quite possibly our last hope.
Sorry to bust your hull there, but I doubt he'd be stealing them. Oh, Ishmael hates bikes. I could totally see him stealing them.
A mighty creak echoes through the lair as Ahab turns in his chair towards Polly.
Polly? Yes, Captain?
Explain.
Gladly. I hate bikes. Oh God, if my memories are drab and washed out.
Ahab face palms, hanging his head low. I feel inclined to do the same.
That's it? Yeah, you should totally go investigate him. I think he's on the surface right now.
Not the most impressive of motivations.
But they don't call it petty crime for nothing.
That they don't, Spot. That they don't.
And it's time the investigators' light to break through the darkness. Thanks for the help, Ahab. Talk to you later.
My partner strikes a pose, accusatory finger pointed straight at the innocent for now captain.
Lady Justice may be blind, but the investigator's always watching.
Not bad.
Yeah. You just let me know if Ishmael be the one doing it.
Right. In a flash, my partner swam for the door, eager to see this case put to bed. If the yawn he tries to hide is any indication, imagine he's looking to get to bed as well. I linger a moment, glancing over the equally exhausted-looking captain. He's always been a gentleman criminal of sorts. With his inflection there, I can't help but wonder if he'll be investigating a murder case next.
Don't worry about it, lad. Now, go on.
Realising I probably overstayed my welcome, offer another tip of my hat and swim after my partner. We've got a fish to catch.
Do we really have to be on a rooftop?
Water dribbles down the brim of my hat, soaking my face as I glance toward my partner. It's easy to know why he's asking. This rain isn't exactly nice. It's more of a cold, uncomfortable reminder of our predicament.
Exactly. Why don't we just hide around a corner and keep an eye on the bike that way?
We've got a great vantage point of it from up here. I nod down towards a lamppost. It's right next to one of the city-approved entrances, the underwater sections. A prime spot to catch our suspect in the act. And leaning against this lamppost is a new, state-of-the-art bicycle. It's practically irresistible.
For sure, but still, it's because it looks cool, isn't it?
It's a classic pose the investigator and alibi while they're on a stakeout mission. Oh, we look cool. I can picture it now. The two of us, wide-brim hats lowered, our forms silhouetted against the neon lights that mask the city's criminal underbelly as the rain cascades around us. It's practically perfect for a comic book cover.
I just wish it wasn't raining.
It's quite a deterrent, isn't it? But we've got to endure it for the sake of all those who have been wronged. The laboured, exhausted sigh of recognition perks my ears, as does the shuffling of cloth and splashing of stagnant puddles as he sits down next to me. Everything all right, Spot?
Yeah, just tired. Tromping around the city trying to find my bike isn't exactly how I expected to spend the evening.
There's a noticeable pause in his train of thought. Like there's more to say, but he's unsure of how to say it.
Geez, am I that obvious?
Only a little bit. A good investigator is as perceptible of people as they are of their surroundings. What's really on your mind? He sighs again, his dangling feet kicking back against the stone ledge.
Why bikes?
A flash of distant lightning illuminates the sky, battling against the neon lights that serve as our backdrop. The mind of a criminal is a twisted web of self-serving justifications, born from intense delusions of grandeur, or a perceived slight wrought upon them by society, Spot. Sometimes there is no reason except disdain.
Camo kind of fit that bill. He dealt with a lot of perceived slights. There were probably some very real ones mixed in there. I guess I just hope there's some reason why Ishmael's been stealing banks. You'll soon get a chance to ask the scout.
Like a triumphant trumpet heralding our imminent success, Milo's voice chirps to a life in our ears.
I do not chirp. Anyway, covert sensors you have set up detected movement from south. Target is approaching at leisurely pace.
Fantastic work, Raven 3. Can you get visual confirmation, Spot?
On it.
With a renewed vigour, he leaps into action and dashes over the other end of our corner rooftop. No matter how slippery our fishy suspect is, he won't escape Dusk Hound's watchful eye.
Got him. That's Ishmael, all right. He's round in the corner now. I am glad to know sensors work.
I peer over the ledge as well, making sure to keep my footing against the slippery stone. Sure enough, our prime suspect comes into view. He seems quite content with himself, if his leisurely pace is anything to go by. I'd say there's almost a skip to his step, the downpour not fazing him in the slightest. No doubt he's already been up to some criminal mischief this night, and is revelling in his misdeeds.
Do you think he'll see it?
My partner's back at my side now, crouched low and ready to pounce. As if spurred on by the question, Ishmael stops in his tracks. Most definitely. The haphazardly placed bike has clearly caught his attention, with a sudden posture change and clenched fists or anything to go by.
Huh.
What is it, Spot?
It almost looks mad. I thought he'd be excited.
Come to think of it, clenched fists and a hunched over posture are sharply part from what I expect as well, especially considering he rounded the corner so cheery-like. The criminal mind might be a twisted web, but that can't explain such a radical shift.
I believe I can.
How's that, Raven 3?
It appears the bike disappearance did not actually. No time, he's taken the bike.
My partner quickly unholsters his grappling gun and secures its hook to the ledge. He then leaps off, descending upon the unsuspecting Ishmael like an archangel out for justice. It's an inspiring sight, a well-executed takedown to boot. The boot, of course, being my partner's. Ishmael barely has time to react before he's knocked to the ground, the bike now safe from his scaly grasp. I set out from my vantage point, taking a moment to look out over a city about to be free from one more criminal, before heading down to the street via a far less glamorous method, the fire escape.
Yeah, easy. I ain't done anything wrong. Then why did we catch you taking a bike that's not yours? You did the same to my bike earlier this evening, and plenty of others, didn't you?
My partner hoists our suspect to his feet. Try as he might, Ishmael won't be getting out of his iron-clawed grasp anytime soon.
I ain't taking you up like any others.
A cry of deference that flies straight in the face of the truth we witnessed. Neither my partner or I buy as we glare at Ishmael with unamused expressions.
Why the hell are you narrating everything? Just I thought you two couldn't get any weirder. What are the stupid hats and the grayscale? They're not stupid. You have plenty of time to wonder why he is after we take you to the police for serial bike theft.
Or do you prefer we take you back to Ahab so you can explain things? He seemed quite displeased with your new pawn shop for petty thefts. Normally such an invocation of the mighty captain would strike a twinge of fear in any henchman's heart. Yet all Ishmael manages is confident scoff.
Actually, I wouldn't. I ain't done anything wrong. In fact, you're supposed to be thanking me. They clean up these streets same as you have.
My partner's grasp immediately loosens just enough for Ishmael to wriggle free. He doesn't make a break for it, though. Instead, he stares us down, eyes shifting toward the bike.
Yeah, let me show you.
He picks up the bike again. My partner moves to stop him, probably worried just as I am that he might try to make a getaway, but stops mid-leap as Ishmael nods to a nearby city-approved bike rack.
You surface ways are always so careless with these damn things.
He begins walking, rolling the bike alongside him as we follow behind, wary of any sudden movements.
Yeah, many men live in the cars each week. Anyone clutch up our waterways?
A few?
Try 100. Almost all of them because I left laying about without a care in the world. I can't stand it. I figured someone ought to do something about it.
Ishmael proceeds to place the wayward bicycle on the rack. He shakes it a few times, making sure it's secure, while turning to face us with a satisfied smile. So, you're not stealing them. You're just moving them to a proper location.
Yeah?
You could be lying, though.
Why would I be lying? I don't need to use the bike anyway. Really, how the hell would I make a profit on reselling bikes?
Everyone has one.
For what it's worth, I can confirm our suspect's story. Who's that? I was about to do so for Discount leapt into action.
Sorry. Don't fret, Discount, you did good. Now, what's his confirmation, Raven 3?
Many of the initial news stories about bike theft were sensationalized at best. Subsequent blog posts on community message boards confirmed all victims found bikes in nearby racks. It appears Ishmael is telling the truth. I told you, you gummed up buffoons. Thanks to backup, disembodied voice. I am not your friend.
The comlink clicks off. It's a rare opportunity to get such a fitting closure to a case, especially we can avoid any undue bloodshed. We'll just have to count our blessings with this one, prepare for the next time the oppressive criminal element decides to go back to its roots. After all, the end of one investigation is always the beginning of another.
What the fuck?
I glance over to Raoul, surprised to see his hat and pipe are gone. He must have some sort of secret pocket in his suit. That or maybe a pouch in his cape. Either way, I think he's done monologue and everything. Everything good drawn out? A speechy discount. Another case solved.
Yeah. Wait, what about my bike?
Oh, right, I'd almost forgotten.
It looks like Raoul's reaching something behind him. Ishmael is quick to throw his hands up. Hold it. I don't want to deal with any more of your wacky investigated noir bullshit tonight.
Oh.
I ain't moved any bikes around tonight aside from that one just now. Oh, what have you been doing up here all night? Polly said you were skulking about topside. Course he did, that bird. I've been doing none of your business. Me not move any bikes tonight is the truth.
Raven 3, can you confirm?
There's only a quick pause while Milo replies. I can. There appear to be no report about bike thefts tonight. Thank you for... Not friend.
The line goes dead again.
Can I go now?
Of course. But maybe in the future to leave a note when you move a bike. The last thing anyone wants is to find their property missing.
Yeah. Guess I probably should. Last thing I need is a Super Zero over there beating up on me for something I didn't do. See you losers later. Before I can muster a witty comeback, Ishmael's already dived into the nearby canal. That just leaves Raoul and me, and still no bike. Well, shoot, now what?
Maybe someone else moved it. We could always go investigate.
I fish my phone with one of the many concealed pockets on my suit, not even glance at the caller ID as I answer. Hello? Dude, you okay? Yeah, why wouldn't I be? Oh, good. It's noticed your bike was here. Figured you must be home. I knew you'd come in, so I went looking for you because I made a killer lasagna today. I wanted to see if you wanted a slice. I went to check your room and you weren't in there. Figured something might have happened. How's you okay? I want you to warm me up some food. No thanks, Max. I'll be home in a bit. Alrighty, you're us. I pocket my phone again, disbelief washing over me just like this damn rain.
You got another lead there, Spot? Spot?
Apparently my bike's at home.
Oh. Fantastic. The case is solved.
Yeah.
Guess you probably walked to the Harn then. Maybe Mila worked you a bit too hard today if you thought you did that.
I guess. I can't fucking believe it. It's been at home this whole time. I could have just been in bed this whole time. I mean, I guess I did have fun tonight, I think.
Funny how that works out, eh, Spot? Guess you really should take better care where you leave it after all. Now then, what was that thing that Lou mentioned earlier? Something about a hotline?
I'm going to bed. I hate bikes. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I do enjoy some noir myself. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that one as well. So we will do the other pocket edition at some point. And coming up, I have a couple of November submissions I want to do. Thanks to that one person who recommended check that one out. Sorry I've forgotten your YouTube name. If you're watching this, thank you. I should have looked that up before. The Nevin team did one. We're going to be doing that. A nice short one to fit in sometime. There'll be more Sanctuary coming up very soon. Trainwreck has also released Build 2, so we'll be doing those two in January. And hopefully you'll see some Kemia soon. I know Patron build has been out of Reddit, so I'm just waiting for the public build. So that might be soon. We'll have to see. So there might be something. Actually, I'll probably do something extra during this coming week as I have some time. But something short or Kemia. We'll see what comes up anyway. But that will be happening. And so a few more things coming in January. And also in January, we're going back. Yes, I'm going to return to something I haven't finished yet. So, you know what that is? You know, otherwise, yeah, we'll be doing that. So that's going to, hopefully by the end of 2025, I'll have that VN completely finished. We'll see how everything goes with that, but I'm looking forward to getting back to that. It's not often you hear people say that. But always, before I go, thank you to everyone who supported me and the channel through Patreon and Ko-fi throughout this year. There's still time if you want to get in. You don't get anything for it, but you know, you get a mention on the channel. That's it. Can't give you any tax breaks. Is anyone else getting all these? Get your donations in to get your tax breaks. Yeah, I don't have money right now, people. So yeah, if you want to, there's still time to support the channel this year, but you don't have to. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff, it's great. We appreciate it here. I say we because I have Tostada meditate on the tree and he is laying next to me at the moment. Tostada's new cat, by the way. Okay. And, okay, I'm tired. I'm getting off script here. What script? I never script these ones. But as always, I want to say a big thank you to all my top patrons who are Andy Peng, Aaron Fox, Bastian, Bieka, Brian Hall, Gobers Visser, Dissonance, Zigzag, Grizz, Arvis Mouse Productions, Ede Corval, Evan King, Kartek, Makenya, Mario Cervantes, Lark Huskerton, Rayloff, Who, Adi Bear, Velvesny Coffee, Arama Tarasu, Tiger Cub, Smuto, Spiderling, Rafu, and Omar. So thanks to all of you. And thanks to the team for writing this fun little one here. I've enjoyed doing this. Until next time, whatever it is, bye for now.